everyone, welcome to my channel. This is Dali's, but you might know me as Stamp Girl, and today you're here for a giveaway hop. The Quokkas are back, and it's all about birthday. Birthday Quokkas are the thing at Kat Scrappiness today. They are our brand new collection, and this collection has the stamps, coordinating dies, the premium cardstock, all that you are used to, plus the fabulous new ephemera that Kat Scrappiness is carrying. So let's get started. Like I mentioned, this collection has the Birthday Quokka double-sided paper. These are fabulous 6x6 premium cardstocks. I am passing here really fast for them because I didn't want this video to be super long. But if you want to see them with more time, you can check out the introductory video at the Kat Scrappiness website. Of course, they have coordinating dies. Every single stamp has a die, and there is also a fabulous new ephemera package, which has the amazing Quokkas already colored in for you and ready to be used. I am going to be making a watercolor card. I have a little bit of Bristol paper and my Caran d'Ache. Thank you so much to Colleen. Colleen sent me this amazing package of Caran d'Ache for my birthday, and I love them. I am using the little girl with the cake, and I am using the happy birthday banner sentiment, and I am putting them pretty close together because I want to do a focal point down in the bottom, and I'm going to use my VersaFine black, Onyx black, to stamp. I was going to do it in brown, but then I was like, no, I'm going to do it in black because I want the balloons which are coming next to be also in black. I'm going to double stamp them to make sure that I have a nice dark line everywhere. I have to tell you that I did leave this to dry up overnight before I was able to color it with my Caran d'Ache, just to make sure. And I am going to be doing some masking with the balloons, and I love that these you can actually kind of like stretch the end of the balloons, because if you notice next to the tie of the balloon there is a little bit of like a wiggle and a waggle, a little bit of a soft bend of the line. So if you want to make the balloons look a little bit different, you could actually move that stamp and make it fit a different shape. So here, if you notice, my line is going completely down on my second balloon, and it's just because I pulled out the polymer stamp to follow that line. For my mask, I do use a 3M product that is a double-sided sticky tape, and I always cut inside the line, like in the middle of the line or right inside the line that I just stamped, so I don't have any ghost imaging when doing my second stamp. I am trying to clean as much as I can these stamps, but for some reason my ink is just staying on them. So this one I had to keep the curve because when I placed the stamp there was still a little bit of an ink smoosh in there. But here is my two stamps, and I decided that I do need a second mask. And after all the masking and stamping, this is what I'm looking at, and I kind of love it, but at the same time I know that there is a lot of floating. I'm okay with the balloons floating, but that cake is floating. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a tablecloth and a table for the cake, and I will do just two lines, one just a little bit like an eighth of an inch below the cake, and one eighth of an inch above that base of the cake. And that's where my table is. So now the way I am going to color it, you're going to see immediately what it makes it look like, a tablecloth. And I'm going to try to remember those vintage old tablecloths. Like, do you remember them, the vinyl ones? Oh, they were glorious. Okay, I am starting with my Caran d'Ache, and with my Caran d'Ache what I do is I actually like to blend the colors right when the paper is dry. So I am mixing my colors one on top of the other. I know that these bright colors, they do have a lot of pigmentation on top of it. So I do a lot of the lighter colors and then just little tiny bits of the darker color. And for the darker color, for the red, I always add brown. It makes it take this kind of like a maroon color for the darker color, which I adore. Bringing a little bit of my water and my paintbrush. This is my favorite, number 2, round paintbrush. Love this paintbrush. It is as old as I can't even imagine. But I am just grabbing a little bit of water. Again, remember that I am using Bristol Smooth paper. So this do move beautifully, but not as much as it would do in a watercolor paper. Love how these are looking. They are mixing perfectly. And the Carandash also, they just mix so easily. If you have never tried any products, Carandash, their color crayons, their color pencils, all of them, they are just fabulous. Here I just noticed that I forgot to color the little tiny bit of the tie at the end of the balloon. So I'm coming, and I did start it with my lightest color balloon first, except for the yellow, because I hadn't decided that I was going to do the yellow balloon or not. That was the last balloon. I wasn't sure, but I went with my lightest colors, like things colors that are not going to muddle up, and let my red at the end. Here is my yellow with a tiny bit of the orange in there, and I love it. Love how it looks. And now I just have to fast forward a little bit because I just colored the Quokka and the cake, but I wanted to show you how I did the mantle or the cloth. And I'm just doing, the lines on the bottom are straight, and then the ones on the top have a little bit of an angle, with the exception when you get in the middle, they are getting straighter and straighter and straighter, and then they start going into an opposite angle once you move away from the center. And then I'm just bringing a little bit of water and just blending out those lines to make them look more soft, softer. And there it is. There's a quick look at it. And then I don't know why I have to place it upside down for my lines to look better. And I'm just having a little fine liner to follow the lines, and look at that. Just suddenly it becomes a tablecloth. Bringing a little bit of the black to create like a gray background of how the shadows will look into it, and it just improves the look so much. The only thing left is here you can see that I have added a little bit of white gel pen to some of the areas, including already that white background that was left by the stamp. I'm using the ZigZag Slimline rectangles from Kat Scrappiness to create a smaller rectangle here, and I just did partial die cutting for them. A little bit of yellow ink to blend into the background, and this image is ready to be made into a card using my Burley Arts glue, which you can get also at the Kat Scrappiness store. I am gonna frame that cute scene that we have created with the zigzag in black and the back, and then we're going to put that on top of this adorable pattern paper that was the one that I used in inspiration to color the entire image. Here is where your greens, yellows, oranges, and blues are coming into part, and I do love it, but I think that I still need a second frame of the black, and I am just doing a tiny little, I believe it's a 1/8 of an inch that I end up picking here. Let's see it. Yep, 1/8 of an inch all around it. And this will make up for my A2 card. I did end up, I have to tell you, I did end up, after I glued this down, I cut a rectangle out of the middle of that pattern paper because it's going to be covered and nobody's going to see it. So you can see here how there is a rectangle cut out of the middle, because I just could not feel like just letting go of that piece of beautiful pattern paper. Those gifts are just adorable. Just love them. One thing that I will tell you is that this gift pattern paper does have a going up side and a bottom side, and if you notice, I did glue it upside down, so most of my gifts are upside down. There's a couple of them that are sideways, which makes it not look terrible, but it is one thing that you should take a look into consideration when you're doing your card. Just make sure that you like and subscribe if you like my content, and check out the store for all the goodies that are brand new on this Quokka birthday collection, which is fabulous, and it is the store. And remember, this is a giveaway hub, so check all the information in the description below on how to enter. Thank you so much. And remember, don't leave your crafting for tomorrow. Start today. Bye.